that is the forest. And secondly, we have the water bodies, talking about the ocean, the water bodies, the wetlands, and the peatlands. And third, we have the soil. So these three are basically carbon sink. So looking at our topic, increasing carbon sink. Typically, we are going to be addressing the forest simply because the water body is already heavily polluted by discharge of effluent from companies, which has thereby depleted the oxygen in the water body. So, but for our vegetation, we still have some, while we are still struggling to sustain some of them. So, we're going to be looking at forest. First, we have institutional synergy with sawmill industries, real estate industries, and charcoal value chain. It is understandable that majority of those that are in charcoal value chain have been paid ahead of time by those that trade charcoal internationally. And at this point, they do not care which forest research or which area is GRA. They just go over there and burn it down so as to provide charcoal for their principals. So, but when there is a synergy between the government and this sector, we understand that there will be a significant means of reducing the loss of our carbon sink, which is the forest. The same thing goes to the real estate sector. Especially in Kwara State, we understand that it's developing and we have several real estate companies springing up. And the challenge is that since all they need is land, they do clear felling, and we lost significant number of forests to this business or investment. So in our view in Group 10, we believe that if the government can have a strong synergy with the sector, there can be a regulation that, okay, even if you must do clear felling, for each plot that you are selling, how many trees do you have present in the plots? The same thing goes for the sawmill industry. The sawmill industry also are facing major challenges in recent times. We can see that there are some species that are no longer in existence. In fact, they travel miles before they can get distance. And according to what we have on the IUCN, there are some species that are endangered, some are near extinction. Some of these species need to be conserved. But if there's no strong policy and there's no strong integration with the government and this sector, how are we going to ascertain which last stand of the extinct or near extinct species is being felled down or about to be felled? So I believe that this is a major way to reduce the loss of our carbon sink. Number two, strategic creation of greeneries using lands in our communities. This is essentially talking about urban forestry. If you look at our communities, we have several public schools with vast land life value for donkey years. They are not developed all these lands. It simply means that you can have this land vegetated. It means that for whatever period of years that the land will be left unbuilt, they will still be sinking carbon and giving us oxygen. So we forward believe that these trees, this land that are in these locations can be better put to use by raising vegetation under urban forestry program. Furthermore, we have afforestation and deforestation as well as agroforestry programs. We want that the government supports the agricultural sector so much that we have a significant number of farmers owning their own land, because you cannot plant trees on rented lands. So with this, we can actually have integration of trees into crop plants. Now talking about the mitigation of the loss of our carbon sinks, we need to reduce it. Then we need to have regulation of sawmill activities. As earlier said, then we want to say that government should invest in forest sector. I will speak more on this. The forest sector is a long gestation investment. It's a long gestation investment. But the majority of governments often look at their tenure, that when will it begin to be productive for us as a government? So we want the government to look beyond the tenure and invest heavily into forestry such that the government is not going to be tenure-based. And finally, there should be adequate climate change and environmental impact assessment for every project. Because there is no EIA implemented before, during, and after project, it means that we are going to be losing significant amounts of our natural resources. So thank you very much, and thanks for having us.
Thank you, Group 10. God bless you. Please submit.